Hey everyone, Tank and Sign here, and welcome to Stock to Spaded. In this episode, I'll be showcasing the Panzer.III. This is a currently ranked 2 battle rating 3.3 medium tank in the German Ground Forces tech tree. Being that this vehicle is totally optional to unlock, it is perfect for Stock to Spaded. That being said, as with every other Stock to Spaded episode, I will be bringing this 3 matches. The first match will be fully stock, the second match will be halfway spaded, and the third match will be fully spaded. All the while, I will be going over exactly how this vehicle plays against stock, halfway spaded, and fully spaded, so that you can get an idea of what this vehicle is all about, and if you want to not only unlock it, but also crew it, and even possibly spade it. So that being said, let me know what you guys think about this type of video, of course, in the comments below. I always appreciate comments, whether they are positive, negative, or some sort of critique. I appreciate all of them. With that being said, let's get into it. Okay, we have an enemy right up there. Let's see if I can hit him. I got the transmission and the fuel tank. Looks like a Pz.III of some kind. Yes, it is. So, one of the key differences between this, or there's really 3, in my opinion, major differences between this and the Panzer.III, its immediate predecessor. And those major differences are, yeah, boy, double strike, are the fact that this has a, I'll just back up here to make sure you guys can actually see this. But it's the fact that you have spaced armor, that's one. So when you actually equip the Ostketten modification onto this thing, which widens the tracks because, of course, in the Siberian wilderness, or really just the Russian wilderness, where the roads weren't really meaningful, this thing didn't really have much of a chance to get traction in that sort of environment, and as such, they needed wider tracks. So it looks like there's an enemy right there. As long as he doesn't move, or if he comes back, I should be able to hit him. Yes, he will. Got the kill. Very nice. But basically, once you add those wider tracks, essentially, the side skirts go away. Now, the side skirts are really... I know, I saw them there. They're really only useful when destroying, or when protecting a... Ooh, that's an SAU 40, whatever it is. That is a dangerous enemy. Come on. Whoa, Nelly. I want this kill, even if I keep hitting that freaking thing. There we go, finally. So, the side skirts don't really help out too much outside of the fact that occasionally heat shells will hit you. And heat shells are probably going to be your main point of contention, or the main thing that you can defend yourself from with those side skirts. Is that an early T-34? Kind of looks like it. Okay, got its track, not too shabby-dabby, but that's a bit scary. So the 50mm shells on this are not great. So anyways, when it comes down to it, again, what we look at is the side skirts. That's one of the main differences. The fact that this has... a... okay, so I'm being shot at from numerous sides. I'm going to move out of there. The fact that this has smoke grenades, my apologies for any sort of... me going all over the place, and the fact that this has a top-mounted LMG. So those do help. I'm not really sure if it's worth the 0.3 BR increase that you see with this. Personally, I mean, like, I think that I would rather have this be a strong 3.0 BR rather than a weak 3.3 BR. I think that would make more sense. But maybe not, I guess, for Gaijin. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna die. Oh, sweet, well, sweet Nelly Belly. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I was not expecting that. But, so overall, I mean, like, yeah, you do get the spaced armor, all that. But this is really... It's not... When it comes to firepower, it's no different than the Panzer.III. You get all the same shells. You have the same cannon. Pretty much everything is the exact same between this and the Panzer.III. Outside of the armor... top-mounted LMG, and also the smoke grenades that are optional and unlockable later in the line. Now, one of the great things about German tanks, especially earlier German tanks, is that they have great shells and a really nice reload speed. So the reload speed on this with an expert crew is below 4 seconds, which is fantastic, if I do say so myself. And mind you, I will say so myself because it is wunderbar. But, okay, it looks like we have an enemy over there, so I'm going to try to come up around. I want to get him before I even try to cap a base. Okay, he might be coming down. Yes, he is. Okay, got the driver and gunner. Very nice. Don't know if I should shoot over here, but I will because I am an enterprising young man. But anyways, you know, this has over 100 millimeters of armor pen, which is fantastic. It's got 30 grams of explosive filler, which for a 50 millimeter shell is not bad. You know, I wouldn't really, if anyone says that that sucks, don't worry about it. I mean, you're not going to do the most post-pen damage for a shell of this type. What is it, like APC-BC, I believe? APC, you know, with explosive filler on the inside. So you're not going to do an incredible amount, but you do enough. And I feel like just having that explosive filler, on top of the fact that this actually pens much more than a normal shell of give or take this size, is great. You know, so overall, I mean, just initially, is it good, even fully stocked? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I've got 6 kills, probably going to get a base cap here. And I'm pretty sure, for the most part, my kills have been, like, one-shot kills. So you don't really need a ton of explosive filler in order to kill people in this game. You know, and that's kind of a common misconception. But from what I know, again, this is kind of a weak 3.3. One of the other problems with this that I've been seeing as I've been kind of trying to get a decent enough match for you guys is the fact that 3.3 basically means that you're going to be up tier to like 4.0 every single time. So it's like, rather than facing, for example, BT7s of some variant, you're facing Shermans, which, you know, of course you can kill Shermans, but your chances of killing them suffers. Also, the mobility on the lower level variants of this, or the unspaded variants of this, sucks. Oh, we have an enemy back here. The turret traverse is also not good. Okay, got the commander. Oh, he's turning perfectly for me. 7 kills. Not bad. That was kind of a gimme, though. I'm not really going to be like, oh, look at this great victory from the Panzer.III. You know, it's good, but not fantastic. Okay, we have an, enemy right there. Non-pen. That's not good. Want to shoot his turret if I can. Got the gunner, and we have someone else down here. Looks like a locust. Unfortunately, the vertical guidance on this is not good at all. But we do have a 3-second reload to help make up for deficiencies like that. Hopefully this guy doesn't kill me. I think he probably will. No, he does not. Lucky. Whoa, I got lucky, but I got killed by, look at that, an M4A1 Sherman. So that said, very, very good first match. This is all thanks to the fact that not only does this have a competent 50mm gun, but the fact that it has really, really good stock shells. So that said, let's get into the halfway spaded match and see what we could do. So outside of some quality of life improvements, like with the turret being, of course, quite a bit smoother now that we have the additional turret speed, the elevation mechanism, and some other things here and there, there's not really... Ooh, that was a beautiful shot. 1 hit, 1 kill, but I think he was already damaged. Regardless, aside from some relatively minor, you know, cost of living, proof of living, some living, whatever the heck the term is that I was just using before, there's not really all too much that's better with this. Ooh, a second 1 shot, 1 kill. Thank you very much. There's not necessarily all that. I can't even speak right now. But this vehicle is still just as good as it was before. However, I guess technically a little bit better. And really, in a way, you kind of have to add the modifications like smoke grenades in order to make this the 3.3 BR version of itself. Otherwise, when it's fully stock, it may as well be a Panzer.III that weighs a little bit more because it has side skirts on it. It's pretty much just like that, unfortunately. So I'm going to go up here. Hopefully I don't have to... Okay, I think I see him. Ooh, I got his cannon. I do see him. And he is gone. That 50 millimeter is so good. It's so, in my opinion, it's one of the best small caliber guns in War Thunder, at least relative to BR. I mean, of course, you start getting into autocannons and whatnot that fire APFSDS near top tier, but this is just so buttery smooth, and it's got that nice AP or HE filler inside of it, which is just wunderbar in my opinion. I'm just trying to shoot that down. Kind of wish I didn't, but perfect. Now he's exposed. Just barely had him clipped right there with the engine. So I got 4 kills. Again, I mean, like, this all has to do with the fantastic stock shell that this has. So regardless of if you're fully stocked or spaded in this vehicle, you have the one thing that's going to guarantee that you get a few kills every match, and it is the wonderful 50 millimeter cannon and shell combination that this thing features, which is just, especially with its reload, and especially if you have that expert crew with the sub 4-second reload rate, is just phenomenal. Absolutely. But what I can tell you is that, and I am noticing this, the mobility, I do have the engine upgrade. Mobility is, I mean, it's not a ton better, but it is somewhat noticeably better. I also have the, again, the turret traverse. It does feel a bit better, of course, as one might expect. It's probably like 3 degrees per second more, but that everything counts, you know? So it does just, in general, feel enough better. Geez, am I stuck? I hope not. But of course, I'm still not good enough to get over a pile of trash, I guess. So, you know what? I had a good thing going over here, so I'm going to keep over here. But again, I mean, I've got 6 smoke grenades, which is not incredibly common necessarily at this BR. So overall, I mean, this is kind of like a mini main battle tank in some regards, which is very nice. And again, the side skirts aren't really necessary, but they are pretty nice. Oh, another one-shot kill. I am hitting these. Can I? Oh, no pen, but I got the hit. And he got the kill. Good for him. Another German vehicle, the Pz.III has that really, really nice 75 millimeter cannon. I believe at the same BR that I'm at. Okay, very nice. I am a little bit antsy, if you guys couldn't tell, which is why I'm kind of in no man's land right now, doing some stupid stuff. So, kind of my fault, but I got killed by an M4A1 there, but as you can see, still incredibly effective, especially once you get those upgrades. Not necessarily a ton more effective, but with that horizontal turret drive, even the elevation mechanism, the engine upgrade, artillery, which I didn't use, and also the, just in general, some of those upgrades, fantastic. You don't even need the APCR shell. So as I said, let's get into the final match, fully spaded, see how we can do. But if it's anything like the first 2 matches, first match I had patience, had 9 kills. Second match, had no patience, had 5 kills, and probably will get an assist soon. None too shabby dibby dabby. Let's get into the final fully spaded match. So here we finally are, fully spaded in the Panzer.III. And let me tell you guys, without the side skirts, this actually looks not spaded at all. It actually looks like the stock vehicle. But that is because we have the Ostketten. As you can see, they are on the sides of the tracks, making them quite a bit wider, being added as a modification. I think that's a really cool modification, but it's kind of a shame that it's kind of a trade-off between those and the side skirts, because you don't get any additional weight loss benefits, if that makes any sense, right? Like, you are not reducing the weight of this vehicle at all in order to, that was nice, in order to, okay, I've got a quick reload, so does he. Ooh, got lucky. But it doesn't give you any weight loss benefits, which, of course, you know, at this BR, it's probably not going to be major. You know, maybe like a quarter ton or something, but everything helps. But overall, fully spaded, it's still a very good vehicle. I like it quite a bit. Again, the thing with so many German vehicles is that you get their best shell immediately. So it's not like, you know, top tier where it's like you're getting a really crazy good APFSDS shell. Rather, it's just you already have the best shell. I think there might be someone over here. Yes. Very nice. Ooh, another very lucky one. Wow. That was hella lucky on my part. But anyways, do I think that this is worth it over the Panzer.III? Like, do I think that it's worth grinding for this vehicle, especially over the Leopard 3 or the Panzer.III? I keep saying Leopard. And quite honestly, I don't know. Because as I think I said earlier in this video, the Leopard, or I keep saying Leopard, I've been saying this for like a while now, but the Panzer.III is kind of like a strong 3.0. It's got great reload, a great cannon, despite being a somewhat lower caliber cannon, and it's just really good overall, whereas this is really good in and of itself, with the same cannon, unfortunately, with no better options for shells or anything like that. But you do get the side skirts, but the side skirts are optional. Either you go fully Spade and keep the Ostketen, or you ditch, and you ditch the side skirts, or you keep the side skirts and don't get the Ostketen. And the Ostketen can, in a not so tangible way, not obvious way, increase your maneuverability. So it's kind of a give and take, unfortunately. So in some ways, in that way, I would say, do I think it's worth it? I mean, if you really like the Panzer.III, yeah. I mean, I think that the Panzer 4 or 3M is worth it. And then some. It's genuinely a very good vehicle, even at 3.3 BR. But I think that the Panzer 3L is a better 3.0 BR vehicle than this is a 4.0 BR vehicle, or 3.7 BR vehicle, rather. So I'm getting a lot of these really low BR guys that I'm having to kill. That's nice. But in general, yeah, I mean, this is a really good vehicle in and of itself. But, again, it really doesn't offer too much of a benefit over the Panzer.III. Like, any shot that would kill the Panzer.III, it's not like it's going to be stopped by this, unless it's a heat shell. But the problem with heat shells is that the only ones using them are Germans. So unless you're playing AB or in, like, some crowded match where you're facing other Germans, it probably won't make much of a difference having that spaced armor. I mean, of course, occasionally it could stop a shell or two, but that's it. So it doesn't really have too much of a protection advantage. It does have the smoke grenades, which, again, can come in handy. But in my experience, I've only used them once or twice in the past, like, 5 matches, and they've hardly come in handy. They've hardly been so useful that I've been grateful that they were there at any one time or another. So yeah, I mean, they're good and they're useful, but they're not incredibly useful at this BR, because if you get shot once, you're probably dead for the most part. Or again, the spaced armor is not going to stop any shot that the Panzer.III would normally stop. So it's just, it is what it is, It's a good tank, but it's not really... Oh, I'm dead. But it's not really better than the Panzer.III. So, yes, I mean, if you have a high tier or, like, any sort of decently tiered premium tank and you just want to backfill your lineup, hell yeah. I mean, the Panzer.III will give you a great 3.3 BR lineup. Incredibly good, because that's when the Panzer 4 start kicking in. With their great guns and all that. Like, it's a really, really good tank in and of itself. But, again, is it better, than the Leopard, than the Panzer 2L or the Panzer.III? Not really. I mean, it is technically a little bit better, and I'd rather have the Panzer.III one-on-one, but the Panzer.III, it's got a better BR relative to what it is. So, it's a good vehicle, but, yeah, anyways, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's a good vehicle, but I would recommend more backfilling your tech tree than having to get that as you grind through the tech tree initially. So that said, thanks so much for watching. Of course, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. These people are so rude. Either way, this is Tank Inside. I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.